Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I'd like to talk to you about two things, two important things which many learners in the beginning gives them problems. They find difficult on those two things in the beginning. Number one is, how do I keep my car in the middle of my lane? In terms of keeping the car in the position they should, they find difficult finding a reference. What should they be looking for to keep the car in the middle of their lane? Number two is the steering. They get confused how much they need to steer going round. So these are the two things I want to talk to you about in this video. Let's start the lesson. So two things, like I said. One is to keep the car in the middle of your lane, the reference you should be looking for. And number two is the steering. How much steering should you be doing? So first, let's talk about in terms of keeping the car in the position of your lane. What should you be looking for? What kind of reference should be looking for you to be in the middle of your lane? Now, in this video, I'm going to give you some logics and I'm going to give you some references, but these are to help you to find your own reference. So don't be a robot when you're driving, be human and be logical. Use your feelings to find your own reference. I'm just giving you so that you know what you are looking for, because many learners, they get lost. They don't really know what they should be looking, and eventually over time they find their own, but they don't have in the beginning the reference they should be looking for. So I'm giving you some logics, some references for you to find your own. So the ones I'm giving you in this video, if you keep those in your mind when you're driving, hopefully it's going to help you to find your own references when you're driving. Okay, so let's talk about firstly, what reference should I be looking for when I'm driving to keep the car in the middle of my lane when I'm driving. Okay, so number one is the position. So imagine you're sitting here and you're driving. This is the steering, this is my body, this is the right door, and that's the left door. Number one, you have to understand right side is closer to you if you're driving in the UK, because our steering is on this side. So this door is closer to you and this door is more distance. Why? Because you have a passenger seat here, and because of that you have that distance. Okay, but when you are driving, I don't want you to think of that distance. This is the problem for many learners in the beginning, because they feel this side is closer, so I could find the reference, or I could see that side because more nearer to me, but this side is more distance. I have more space on this side in my car, so when I'm going, is my car going around? So they get confused. When you are driving, imagine the steering and your body is in line, right? It's in line. This is your body and that's the steering. I want you to imagine your whole car is your steering and your body. So imagine that's the end of this side and that's the end of this side. Don't think of this space too much. Like I said, don't be a robot. You know, logically there is a space there, but in theory, when you are driving, think that that's the end of this side and that's the end of this side, and the whole of your car is your body and your steering. Do you get that? So imagine whole of your car. That's this end of this side and that's the end of this side. So your car, the whole of your car is your steering and your body. So when you're driving, keep your body and your steering in the middle of the lane that you want to be. That is the reference you should be using when you're driving. Many learners, they get confused because of this distance here, and they're not finding, and they don't understand the logic on their driving. They don't get the theory. The theory is your body and the steering is the whole of your car when you're driving. So when you drive, for you to keep your car in the middle of the lane that you want to drive, what you do is you look far ahead and keep the steering and your body in the middle. So wherever you go, if you're thinking your body is in the middle, thus your car is in the middle. Don't worry about this distance. And I'm repeating again, don't be a robot. Don't go and hit the car on the left now. What I'm saying is when you're driving, even though the space is there, in theory, your mind is keeping the focus of your body as if the whole car is your body. or the steering. So if you go slightly left, think where the steering is and just take the steering in the position, or take your body in the position. Keep your body in the middle of your lane. That will be good enough for you to be in the middle of your lane when you're driving. Did you get that? I hope that is clear to you. So in terms of keeping your car in the middle of your lane, all you do is keep your body and the steering in the middle of your lane. That will be good enough for you to have your car in the middle of your lane. Is that okay? One more time, just to repeat, for you to keep your car in the middle of your lane, keep your body and the steering in the middle of your lane. That will be good enough for you to keep your car in the middle of your lane. Is that okay? Now let's talk about the steering. I'm just going to start the car so that you know, so the steering will move. Now for you to steer, don't steer too much. So if you need to go round a parked car, you're steering too much. Just little movement will make your car go big way. Just little movement. So imagine your steering is a clock. This is a clock. This is 12 o'clock. That's 6 o'clock. 12 and 6. Okay, imagine that. If you need to go slightly towards right, just do 5 minutes steering, 10 minutes steering. Try not to steer too much and then too much. And then what you're doing is you're just steering all day, every day when you're driving. Slightly steer will make a lot of difference. So number one, the trick is for you not to steer too much. Try slightly to that way, and then what happens? Your car will go there and then steer back to come back. Now, when I say come back, they get confused. How am I steering? Now imagine if you need to go around that way, you steer slightly that way. What's happening to your car? Your car is going that way. So your front is gone. Because you steered this much, your front is going that way. So where is the back? So the back is still in, isn't it? So if you need to go there, you're taking the front. What about the back of your car? So the amount you steered that way, you need to steer the same amount that way for the back to be straight. Does it make sense? Okay, so this is your car. You need to steer that way to take the front, but what about the back of your car? You need to take the wheel back at 12 and steer the opposite, so the back to come. And then when the car is straight, what happens? Take the wheel back. So let me repeat. For you to go round a parked car, you steer there, the front goes. When the front goes where you need to go, take the wheel back and do the same the other way. Now the back comes. When the back is straight, get the wheel straight and keep going straight. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes back. Does it make sense? Or 5 minutes, 12 o'clock, 5 minutes this way, and then take 5 minutes back. Do you understand the logic? Watch this part few times for you to understand, okay? I'm going to repeat. I know some of you probably will say, you are repeating. That's part of my job to make sure that you get it. So please don't mind when I'm repeating. I'm going to repeat again. For you to take your car, go that way a little bit. 5 minutes, 5 minutes back, 5 minutes this way, 5 minutes back. So this 5 minutes, take the front. This 5 minutes, take the back. When the car is straight, get the wheel straight. Does it make sense? So I need to move off, okay? So for me to go that way a little bit, I'm going to move off. How much steering do I need? That much. So what's happening? It's going, right? It's going. So I'm going there. So when I go there, what do? The front is now out over the back. Take here and do that way. And then when the car is straight, what do? Take it back. Now the car is straight. For me to keep my car in the middle of the lane, what do? I'm just keeping my body. That's my body. My steering, I'm keeping it in the middle. Even though I've got that distance, I've got this side is closer. It doesn't matter. The matter is, where is my body? I'm keeping my body in the middle that I want to be, and my car on this side, and that doesn't matter. My car will be in the middle. Does it make sense? The steering in the middle, looking far. I'm just keeping my steering in the middle of the lane. I'm keeping my body in the middle of my lane. And what's happening? I'm in the middle of the lane. Does it make sense? So again, what can you see? For me to be in the middle of my lane, or in the middle that I need to be, I've got part cars, I need to be in the middle of the road. For me to keep it in the middle, what am I doing? I'm keeping my body and my steering in the middle. That's what I'm doing. I'm not thinking about this distance, and I'm not thinking about this. I'm just thinking about my body. My body and my steering in the middle. If I keep the steering in the middle of the lane, I am perfectly okay with my car. Imagine my body is the whole of the car. If I could keep that, I'm fine. Here I have a car, as you can see, this silver car. I need to go around when I'm moving. What do I do? First gear. I'm thinking of my body. I need to take my body around as well as the steering. Remember, for you to go to your position, what you're doing is you are taking the steering and your body around. Imagine my body is the car, the whole car. I need to take my body around and steer enough to go round. Okay, so what am I doing? I'm steering 15 minutes. Okay, and I'm going, it's not enough, I'm going to do more. So half an hour. Okay, my body is going. When I come here, what do? I did half an hour. I need to do 1 hour. Yes, wait until the car is straight. On the car is straight, what do? Take half an hour back. And now, for me to keep the car in the middle, what am I doing? Keeping the steering in the middle and keeping my body in the middle. That's all. That's all I'm doing. My body in the middle. I'm looking far. My body and my steering is in the middle of the road, and that's where I need to be, because part cars. Okay, and I'm just, all you're doing is keeping yourself in the middle of the lane that you want to be, and that's fine. You will be fine. Okay, many learners, they are thinking too much about the car. They think, well, distance here, distance is short here. How do I do that? Keep your body in the middle, keep the steering in the middle. You will be fine. Okay, anyway, I hope this helps, and I hope you now understand what I'm trying to say. Like I said, don't be robot, be human, use your own feelings, but use the references I just gave you to help you to get your own. Okay, I hope this helps. If you need extra help on learning to drive and to pass the driving test, don't forget to take the advantage of our online course, which gives everything a learner needs. The course has more than 30 videos on the course. It has everything a learner needs for you to learn and for you to pass the driving test. I will leave a link on the description for you to have a look. Have a look and see and read. If you like it, you could always join the course. I hope the video helps. If it does, please do give a thumbs up. Do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. And hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.